All right, guys, coming to you today from the beautiful city of Santo Domingo. Guys, you can see off in the background over here, things are full steam ahead here in the VR. Kids are off to school, people are off to work, and you can see how energetic the city is. All right, where am I at today, guys? I'm here at the A-Loft Marriott. This video, guys, is related to an incident that I just went through, okay, firsthand. And this is what's good about you guys being able to learn from me from back home, from on your couch, your desk, wherever you're watching these videos from. By the way, thanks for doing it. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps out. Hit those notification buttons, because when I put properties out there, this is where I do it, okay? I don't do Instagram, I don't do any of that stuff. I hate social media. I put it right here, and then you guys make the decision to reach out to me or not. So what am I going to talk about in today's video? I'm going to talk about theft in the Dominican Republic. All right, we're going to talk about theft. We're going to talk a little bit about safety. It's going to be a quick video because I got some meetings. As you guys know, I'm taking on a really cool project hospitality wise here in the Dominican Republic, specifically in Naco. Okay, what is Naco? Naco is right next to Piantini, where I'm sitting right now. An urban environment, okay, a dynamic environment where tons of restaurants, nightlife, hotels, just a ton of energy is surrounding that area. And I believe that it's not a matter of me believing, it's already happening. That is going to be the entertainment hub of the Dominican Republic. That's where it all goes down. Okay, so yeah, I'm working on a project, hence I'm here in the capital. The other day, what ended up happening to me is this. This is how things went down. So the family got in. We checked into the A-Loft over here. We love staying here. As we showed you a lot of videos about it. Just great price points, like $129 or something like that. Very often includes breakfast, parking, all that. So you can't beat it. Amenities are top notch. Brand new hotel. That being said, what we decided is we checked in here just one block away. You can walk over to Anthony's Coal Fire Pizza. That's a spot that I go to so often because the coal fire wings are unreal. Okay, the pizzas are to die for. The ambiance great, location, everything is great. So you can just walk right over one block. So what we did in the afternoon, it was a Friday when we checked it. So it was only 4 days ago. We walked down and I was doing my classic videos. And guys, guess what happened to me? And this was so damn frustrating. That's why I'm doing this video about it, because it's important. I want you guys, I don't want you to be scared. I want you to understand. And then we'll do a comparison in hindsight. What is safer? Where's better to live? Where would you love where you live? So I'm shooting this video, and guys, in a blink of an eye, I'm standing on the sidewalk. In the blink of an eye, my cell phone's in there. I'm holding it, and boop, right out of my hands, gone. All right, how do they do this? How does this play out? And this is a warning message for you guys. I want you to be aware. So if you're here, anywhere in the world really, but if you're here in the capital, because this is where it went down, here right in Piantini, okay, the heart of it. These guys are pros, okay. They've got their setups, and they must train in doing this, because literally I was like this, boop, without in a blink of an eye, my phone was out of my hand, and it took me probably 3 to 5 seconds for it to register. I was still holding it, and the phone just wasn't there. It wasn't aggressive. It wasn't scary in any way, shape, or form. It was just out of my hand. By the time I realized, I turned my head to look, and then I realized that this guy literally, and I saw him with my phone, he sniped it, and he looked at it, and he put it under his seat, and was gone. There was no time to react. There was no time to chase. There was no time to say anything. Just that fast, your phone is gone. So what I did, I've heard about this. I understand it does happen. It just never happened to me. So it was the first time that I was exposed to this. And because I'm exposed to it for the first time, I want you guys to be exposed to it. Because at no point did I feel threatened. I felt really pissed off. That was the one thing. And why was I pissed off? Not about the phone. It was about the work that was going to ensue for me to get myself all those, get that information back on board, and, go check all my contacts and all that stuff that has to happen. Okay, so that was the thing that was really frustrating for me. But nevertheless, guys, this thing disappeared in a flash of a second, so I know it can happen to you because I'm pretty aware. And I didn't even hear this motorcycle coming. It happened so fast. He turned the corner, phone was gone. So right away, a few things I learned when that happens is immediately when something like that happens, call your cell carrier and kill your SIM. Okay, that's the number one thing. Make sure you do that immediately. Then, fortunately, here in the capital, I like to use an Ultra, a Samsung Galaxy Ultra. That's my phone of choice. Over here, thank God I'm in the capital. I just went right over to Agora Mall. They had the exact phone I want. I bought it, and it was, I'm back in business before I know it the next day. But this gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys about it. So make sure if you're out on the streets, guys, and you're filming or you're even typing, guys, these guys are great at what they do. They will snipe your phone. You won't even know what happened. Now, the positive here is they're not aggressively ever coming after you, okay? They're not going to be grabbing your phone and fighting you for it. If they can just softly pull it out of your hands and be gone, it's gone, okay? And they will do it because they're pros. They're gonna do it, and I got exposed to it, and it's an awful experience. It pisses me off, but the thing you don't have to worry about is it's not going to be aggressive in nature. There's no yelling and screaming. There's no fighting over a phone. There's no yanking on things. It's just going to be boom, out of your hand and gone. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you about, because as I did more research into it, people explained to me that they also, if you have your car windows down, the same moto, this gang of guys that are experts at stealing cell phones, they will, when your windows are down, they will pull it right out of your hands and your phone. So you could be in your car, you're typing away, looking at your phone, hand will reach in, they will take it and be gone. So watch your windows, make sure they're up at least most of the way. If you're stuck in traffic, that's where they'll really get you, when you're stuck in traffic, because they're not stuck in traffic. It can zip through. So watch your phones on the streets. Watch your phones already. Watch them when they're in your car if your windows are down, and be aware that this is going to happen. For me now, I knew it was a thing. I knew it would happen. It was a matter of when. So if you set yourself up for it, this was my own stupidity. So end of the day, while I was upset, I understand it was my stupidity. I should have been more aware. I actually bought a cell phone case that allows you to slide your finger in. So anytime now, it's going to be arriving at BM Cargo in Cap Cana in the next couple of days. But whenever I get into my phone, it's going to slide my finger in, so that's going to secure it. I think maybe you guys should do something like that as well if you're going to be visiting, or you're anywhere in the world that, you know, this kind of stuff happens. Because trust me, guys, this stuff happens everywhere. So here's the other part of this. Now you say, oh my God, I can't believe Cash, poor Cash, lost his cell phone. It was stolen right out of his hands. I don't look at it that way. Number one, I look at it, lesson learned. Okay, I learned a lesson. I knew this stuff was possible and it could happen, and I set myself up perfectly for it and have my phone hanging out there. So it got sniped. You know, you live and you learn and you get better tomorrow. All right, now I have the opportunity to tell you guys to be aware. So hopefully this will help you guys, the same thing, not repeat itself to you. Now you compare, the comparison I want to do here is when you have that discussion, and Chris and myself often have this discussion, is this really the best place to live? Is there better spots in the world? And that's a natural question. It's a question you should ask too, because we do. So what do we do in return? We go to places like Panama. We go to Aruba. We went to south of France this summer. We go to Dubai. That's a big one because you want to compare apples to apples, you know, amazing spots like that. So we went to Dubai. We even hit the Maldives just to get a feel of that. And I'm forgetting, the list is endless. But we go to these spots and we do it with the intent of a Love Where You Live challenge. So when we come back here, what we do is we analyze it. And every time we analyze it, we say, man, the Dominican Republic wins again. Okay, we break it down per point. So watch some of those videos in Dubai and other spots like that, because we break it down, and ultimately the Dominican Republic keeps coming out ahead. All right, even with my cell phone being snatched. Okay, with little things like that, you compare it to, let's say, North America. Guys, just turn on the news right now. I was going to do a video the other day about one of the shootings that happened in Michigan, but I decided not to, because, you know, I don't want to spread negativity. I think the media does a good job of that already, so I didn't want to do that. But you compare to the type of episodes that are happening in North America that you see on CNN and, you know, all the different major news outlets. You're seeing all this stuff happen. Compare that to the Dominican Republic. Guys, we don't have mass shootings here. We don't have our children learning about AST. I was just with a colleague yesterday, we were talking about it. Children now in North America, they know about active shooter training. Think about that. Okay, you can have a kid in grade 1, 2, 1 or 2 or 3, whatever it is. They already know what this thing is, AST, active shooter training. They're going through these drills, preparing for someone that could enter with a gun and start shooting the place up. That is not the way you want to be living your life. There's no way you would want to live your life that way. There's no reason you would want your kids in harm's way. You have people going into churches now. You've had them going into malls, movie theaters, Las Vegas on the Strip. You're having mass shootings happening all over the place. That is not a spot that I want to be personally, and definitely not a spot that I want any of my that I want my family living or being a part of. Okay, so when you start to do those comparisons, you start to say, wait a minute, what's safer? What is actually safer? I know for so many years the Dominican Republic was frowned upon, unsafe. Be careful. I still have, you know, the naysayers that are going to leave comments that, oh my God, be careful, you're going to die over there. You know, I ignore those comments. Half the time now I don't even respond to them. I just give them a quick laugh out loud, because they are dumb, deaf, and blind. Okay, they just don't know what's happening in the world around them, so why waste my time and energy? But the kind of activities that are happening over there, you're having all the, you know, violence, mental illnesses. People are generally unhappy. I'm not saying everybody is unhappy. I'm saying generally people are, cost of living is through the roof. People are unable to afford their lifestyle. There's so many things that are happening in North America. When you compare it to here, yes, there is poverty, but don't fool yourselves, guys. You're living in a bubble if you think there's no poverty in the US or in Canada. You're completely off your rocker, because all you are doing is you're not going to the areas. When you see poverty in these areas, they're not just poor, guys, they're drug ridden. There's social challenges. It is just awful. The ghettos of Canada and the USA are just in shambles. When you compare to poverty over here, people still have their family units intact, okay? They're still very religious. They're not ridden by, when I'm here in the capital, guys, you know how often I have someone that is on drugs or out there trying to do the type of things that I experienced in my hometown of Windsor, where they're drunk, or they've been on a 3-day overdose binge, or they're passed out on the road because of drug abuse. You don't see that here. Maybe once in 2 weeks I might see someone that could have drug problems on the side of the road. I don't see that. What I see is I see people hustling, kind of like my cell phone getting snatched. I see people hustling, trying to make a buck. When you see people, vendors at stoplights, what they're doing is selling you something, so they're providing a service. They're not out to try to screw you. They're not begging for money. Very rarely do you see someone just straight up begging for money. If they are, okay, they are probably suffering with some sort of a challenge. Okay, that's what I'll look for. I'll see, missing an arm, leg, or there's some sort of medical challenge. They'll ask, but they're not going to force you. Very often I just give a couple pesos in that scenario, and that suffices just as a respectful gesture. So when you start to compare, guys, even when I was irate a few days ago about my cell phone being snatched like that, when you do the comparison, you say, it is way safer here. It is a spot that you can definitely bring your family and live and experience a life that you're not really going to be able to experience over there. Now, you're going to be stuck with some petty theft. Sure. Are you stuck with petty theft over there? Yeah, the petty theft over there in North America, somebody kicks your door down at gunpoint. Okay, so let's not fool ourselves thinking that it is more safe, or it is safer to be in the US or Canada. Generically speaking, sure, you could try to make yourself believe that. But when you break it down organically, guys, it is much safer to be here, especially when you start to look at all the mass shootings and all those other elements that your family and your children are subjected to nowadays. All right, guys, so yeah, just want to put that video out. A couple things: make sure, keep those cell phones safe. Don't have them out where someone can snatch them, because they will, and they're going to disappear, and it's probably going to be someone on a moto, so you're never going to catch them. Keep your windows up if you're on your phone, okay? Put it down a little bit, but just be aware someone could drive by when you're in traffic, reach in your window, and snatch your car quick and quietly, and it's gone, all right? And there's nothing you can do about it. If you get stuck in that scenario, just kill your SIM. That was a big lesson I learned. Make sure you kill your SIM card right away. And then you can go to Agora Mall, you can go to Blue Mall, you can go whoever your carrier is, and you're going to be able to get your cell phone immediately. Also, another thing that I learned is do call your insurance company. Sometimes you have coverage that you don't even know about that you might be able to utilize to be able to get a phone. I didn't have anything that helped me there. I just had to pay for it. I got myself up and running for these videos. So there's been a little delay in my videos. I apologize, but we have a ton of really cool properties coming your way. We have a ton of really cool coverage coming. And also, as a side note, by the way, my business partner Jeremy is going to be in Punta Palmera this coming week. If you are looking for a time slot to get a water filtration system installed into your place, please send me a direct WhatsApp as soon as possible, okay? He's going to be Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He's going to be there. I think we have one slot left. So if you want to get a water filtration system and you're listening from Cap Cana, guys, we would be able to do you at Punta Palmera, Golden Bear, wherever you're at inside Cap Cana, we'll be able to take care of you. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys. Hope it helps, and keep those cell phones safe. And remember, we do believe this is the spot where you're definitely going to be able to say you love where you live. Talk to you soon.